back here. Freak, can you introduce everybody?
Damn.
Put you on the spot.
All right. Welcome to another episode of Riding High News. We news today? Yep. We're news today. It's yours truly, that boy Freak Man, right here with my boy Gabe. Shout out Gabe. We got DJ Dynamite after that, and the one and only. No? Okay. Big Daddy Creed.
Say,
I thought you was gonna come in and chime in and like.
No,
my bad. I had to introduce
the
you.
same way. I want to be treated the same way.
Gabe wouldn't do that, and neither would Dynamite. So I felt like you were on the other end with the other animation of this crew right here. But shout out Hurricane, Skits, and DJ Lil King as usual in the background.
Sure.
So I don't got no topics or nothing. Okay.
That Grammy shit, man. Kendrick walked away with how many?
Five Grammys, man.
Crazy.
5 Grammys, man.
Crazy.
And like, bro, you know, we can get back into it. You know what I'm saying? When they just played Not Like Us, man. I'm just talking about like, nigga, everybody was on that shit, dog.
Real.
Everybody was on, nigga. It was man. I'm talking about Taylor Swift was bopping.
I was about to say
Blue
Taylor
Ivy
Swift.
was singing. Beyonce was bopping. Everybody was bopping, man. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show how infectious that song was, bro. It's bigger than Drake. Don't even realize, my nigga. It's bigger than your feelings right now. You know what I'm saying? This shit is bigger than your feelings, my nigga. And you know this is what the game is about. You know what I'm saying? This is like when you shoot them slugs at people, bro, especially in this arena. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't know. This is partly this is how this part of the culture of this genre. Before a nigga could make that live in public, niggas used to be on the corners battling each other. You know what I'm saying? You've been shooting your slugs for the past 4-5 years in these songs while Kenny been chilling, man.
It went from the streets to the biggest platform.
The mainstream.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And you know,
A minor.
man,
The comment said he planned that walk as slow as he could, so that way when he got to the podium,
Bro, it was that.
planned it out.
I watched it in that same way. I'm like, bro, he's waiting for that part, and he paces up perfect. Dog.
say, bro, they all hit that motherfucking
Beautiful.
note. I don't care who was there.
I think we saw
Everybody
it
know
coming,
that song, bro.
So the execution from the track to the award to turning the whole world onto the track, he executed in the most genius, perfect way.
Yep.
He's more than a rapper, bro.
Oh yeah,
He's not even done.
And you know, and then
Until
the
Sunday.
shout outs he gave too, man. You know, like them shout outs he gave was real,
Street,
dog.
those were people.
No, yeah, them shout outs he gave, man. You know, like
We don't know them.
you feel what I'm saying? The shout outs he gave, man. It was like. It wasn't no celebrity type shit. Put it like that, dog. You know what I'm saying? It was for the home team. You know what I'm saying? It was for the people from the land. Shit like that, man. You know, so I really appreciated it, man. I really appreciated how he put on. I really ain't gonna lie. I appreciated the battle between him and Drake. You know what I'm saying? I felt like Drake was doing his thing too until you know, you got to come with that one haggler, man. You got to come with that one haggler, and he did that shit, dog. He did that shit. Drake just. With the actions he's taking, he's making the situation worse. You know what I'm saying? He's making the situation worse, bro.
He's trying to sue his way out of it.
Yeah, that shit weak as fuck, dog. That shit, you know, and the thing is, you doing shit against everybody except for the nigga who did the shit to you. He ain't suing Kenny. He not suing Kendrick. He ain't fucking with Kendrick at all. Anybody all surrounding entities, nigga, is getting that work from Drake.
All the little kids.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, the same work they put in for you over the course of 16 years, they only put it in him for shit 3 months, 4 months, nigga. You got 16 years worth of this support. This nigga got 3 months, 4 months of this shit.
Man, I wish J. Cole would have stayed in it. I wish we could have seen. I wish we could have seen that far. You know, get that far.
My whole point in that was he would have been a hoe and looked like a liar if he did.
Yeah.
Because he's already. I already put Cree on the Mount Rushmore. I can't take him down. So what I look like? A hoe ass nigga. So I could see from his
He would be
perspective.
contradicting himself.
Yeah, why would I be? That's
Me
fake.
personally, if I was Cole, I just would have never said nothing. I wouldn't have made no diss tape or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have said nothing. Because for me, you know, even though he said Kenny wasn't really shooting no slug at you, but he was just saying what he was saying. But you see who neck he was after.
Yeah. It wasn't his
I
neck.
pass for y'all.
Relay.
Yeah, you just go that way. We smoke on this one. We good.
Okay. Shit.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just I would have stayed out of it because I personally know the relationship that I have with him. I know this is not the first time he's done that. That this is not for me. You know what I'm saying? This is not for me. Fuck what the people say on the outside. You know what I'm saying? You can't get me to go against my friend. It's just like King saying, you know, shit. I'm the best nigga there is, and I'm standing next to him. You know what I'm saying? I know what that nigga saying. And it's not gonna offend
He
me.
sees me.
Shit, you know, shit. I feel the fucking same way. I ain't gotta say it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know what my nigga mean. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna take that shit personal. And then on top of that, if the nigga don't feel like that, he ain't got no fucking business being around me. You feel me? If all of us ain't on that same kind of fucking level, the nigga that ain't on our level, nigga, you get here, you got to go.
True.
You got to go. We don't need that energy around us. So I wouldn't have took it personal. You know what I'm saying?
But from the jump, I didn't respect either one. I didn't respect Kendrick even going at any of them because he's already said other things in good light. So you are a fake ass nigga to me from the jump because you've already held hands with Cole in hip hop and locked in. Y'all got a whole album, and then you're gonna turn around and say something like that. You're already a holding me, dog, because we're supposed to be holding this crown together. So I get the war of hip hop, but he turned it into something else. He made a cash cow off it too. So in my head,
oh yeah, he hit a lick.
Everybody did. Yeah,
He hit a lick to me, but you know, for me, it goes back to like when the nigga bit that two things. Kendrick been like this.
Yeah.
This when that nigga jumped on Big Sean album, he said, "I'm not here for none of you niggas."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of we got the inside the ring and outside the ring. Inside the ring, I'm this nigga. Outside the ring, we niggas. Even during the Drake battle when they was interviewing him, he said, "I don't have nothing personal against these niggas. This is just what we do. This is my arena. This is what I do." So you know what I'm saying? So but at the same time, over the past 4 or 5 years, he been quiet. I just went through the catalogs of the slugs that nigga Drake been shooting. That's why I say, nigga, you woke this nigga up. You should have just been doing your singing shit, your rapping shit, and leaving this nigga alone. You know what I'm saying? You been shooting stuff because I felt like you. What? Oh, this nigga. Here come Kung Fu Kenny mad again at the world. You know what I'm saying? Here come Kung Fu Kenny mad at the world again. But because doing the whole battle, nigga, it's been dissectors all on YouTube. So I've been going through the dissectors, and you know, one of them had, this nigga been shooting at this nigga for the past 4 or 5 years. And he go through I was like, oh, that nigga was poking the barrel. So nigga, you asked for it. You asked for it. You got on there. You got in that song and said that the baby is not his. That's that nigga. That's your homeboy baby, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Fired. You don't get to sue nobody, nigga, for defamation of character, nigga. Yeah. You get to nigga said you like little girls, nigga. You sitting up here fucking with my kid, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you lucky I don't even beat you up when I see you, nigga, talking about my kid in a public forum like that. So yeah, nigga, you fuck with little girls, whether it's true or not. It's A minor. It's out there, nigga. Everybody said that shit. So you know, like in real life, bro. Sometimes you get what you ask for. You get what you ask for. Yeah, you will. You knock on that fucking door long enough, motherfucker, open that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is like, my nigga, you drizzy. You drizzy. You got a team.
Did Drake's disses not hit as hard as Kendrick's?
That's what I was gonna say. He wasn't. They weren't on the same level. Yeah,
it did.
Not at
bro,
all.
the one that's like drowned. Bro, he has one that's
To me, it was he went through.
The second one was crazy.
To me, he went through too many styles. You know what I'm saying? Too. If he would have stayed like in a certain Drake mode, getting at this nigga, it'd have been real good. But this nigga was jumping over here, nigga over here, over here. I'm like, nigga, this nigga's eating your ass, nigga. Get one of these ill ass beats and go back at this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the second one, the one is like drop, bro. That track was fire. And they're dragging the fucking band through Toronto.
Yeah.
Hard, dog. But it just wasn't as hard as that last track there.
And like we was talking about earlier, you got to realize, man. See, if you can go back to the beats Kendrick was using and some of the samples, bro. You're talking about 80s California culture, nigga.
Yeah.
This is why it hits so hard. Not only did you take Cali back, nigga, you talk everybody that was going to Miller High School, Carroll High School, nigga, motherfucking King, Moody, everywhere is high school. Nigga, you took us back with old girl with Debbie D or some shit that I feel to me it makes me dance. Nigga, come on. That was the latest fucking shit when I was a young nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Breakdance music.
So you took us back. You took us back there. And then you got to understand the beat. That's California beat culture when it comes to making these beats, dog. That nigga say, man, them niggas boy.
That's why I said he's a strategic killer.
Very strategic.
Genius.
Oh, yeah. Very strategic. Very strategic. Very strategic, bro. Very. That nigga thugged it out, man. I ain't even bullshitting.
So, and it's crazy what he
So
won.
that Euphoria with that he used a sample from the wood.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I've been so many plays.
And this is my thing. This is my thing. This is my thing. If you was really cultured in this culture, nigga, you'd have been prepared for this shit.
You would have been coming.
Exactly, bro. If you would have studied the game of this shit, nigga, you know this shit was real. You been shooting all them little diss songs and nigga, you know what I'm saying? You done shook everybody off except for Pusha T and this nigga right here, man. You know what I'm saying? And you came from niggas who was come from the inside of the street culture. Either they was part of the street culture, they from that era, they watched the things that they seen and stuff like that. Man, you mess with some real rappers here, bro. Ain't nobody helping these niggas pin this shit, man.
He could never have felt that way because he doesn't know what that feels like.
Exactly, bro. Man, you said some real shit right there.
Say too, I'm sitting there thinking like, was there more pressure on Kendrick than there was on Drake?
I don't think so.
David and Goliath. It's considered David and Goliath.
In Cali, like nigga, like we counting on you. Cali, like they not necessarily on that street shit to where they're counting on Drake to drop.
It's like if a superstar came from one of us and was coming at Texas, and we had to hone in Texas and own it and love it and make it and create. And then we just touched the people with all the classics, and there would have been no way for this other person to do that. Because they ain't never had that connect. They don't know what that is. They don't have that nostalgic feeling, backseat listening to Tupac, and your legs are stuck to the leather seat in the LTD, and it's hot as fuck, like 98 degrees, and you're broke as fuck, and you're like 7 years old. That nostalgic feeling, driving down Leopard, pulling up, Italian, 6 o'clock in the summer, like hot as fuck. You can't envision that if you ain't never been there. And y'all knew what I meant, right?
What are you gonna say, Freak? You were gonna say something about the pressure being on either Drake or Kendrick.
I said it would feel like David and Goliath. Like Goliath obviously being Drake with all the hits and all that shit, and Kendrick, nobody expecting him to hit him with a stone and knock his ass out.
Yeah.
And so much precision and thought put behind that. Like, how do we know he didn't plan the Super Bowl for the ending?
Yeah.
You got a taste of it at the Grammys of them saying A minor in unison. Like some shit Kanye would rent out a fucking warehouse to get people to do. He got it done on live TV.
Facts.
Kanye somewhere like, you bitch, I'm pulling up with my bitch naked.
Well, yeah. It wasn't the fact that Kendrick didn't have like the pressure. He had the pressure.
Yeah.
But Cali already knew. Just like you watch the thing, they knew they want to that boy. They were just waiting.
Thank you, bro.
What is this nigga gonna say next?
Look,
we already know it's gonna be something better. What we don't know that he gonna come with next. Oh shit! When he came with that last one, that tore them all up. That put the stamp on everything like pop. like Craig was saying, that put the stamp on every damn thing where everybody said, nigga, you lost. You better go in, tuck your tail behind your ass and move along.
Man, if you go and look at some of like the tapes of the people that know Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? Before this nigga ever popped in rapping, they say this nigga been doing this. He been battle rapping. He been killing niggas. He been doing this shit to niggas.
Monster freestyle? Monster.
Yeah.
That he did when he was barely, bro. You go listen to that, bro. It's insane.
So for me, it's like Cali been waiting. Yeah. It ain't like we worried. We been waiting for this moment. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand, bro. If you know, New York always have felt like, you know, because we started this, you know what I'm saying, everybody else is like secondhand. You know what I'm saying? You know, from New York, it went to Cali. You know what I'm saying? And from California, it went down to the South. And from the South, we haven't lost it. You know what I'm saying?
Here's what I'm going to touch on that. You know, we have the New York, right? And then we have the West Coast. But, bro, and this is not to take away from Texas artists, but we've never had an artist on that level of Kendrick or name one that was that global. We don't have one. We have.
As the South? As the South?
Or Texas.
Or just Texas?
Oh, Texas. Oh, yeah.
We haven't had. So it's like if we did have, how hard would we embrace that? In the war.
The closest that we probably ever had to that would probably be like a Bun B.
No.
Oh, Texas?
You got Travis
I was going to say
Scott,
Big
bro.
Crit if we were going there.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
Travis Scott.
Yeah.
But not even as big as
Beyonce.
It's still the only Beyonce's girl. But a rapper, bro. Yeah, Travis Scott is up there, but I don't think he's up there with Kendrick in like the way you would put Biggie.
Should he be?
Oh,
I think they were, but Kendrick just.
I mean, that depends on who your judges are. If your judges are us older who experience all that to where it's dope to hear all that, or you got a judge who's 10 years, 15 years younger than me, and you're saying too much over there. Yeah. Like, your song's too long.
And I ain't gonna.
I only want to hear a minute and a half.
Scarface didn't have no. Them niggas didn't do Rap a Lot didn't do what you call it
commercial hits.
Not necessarily not the hits as far as promoting. You know what I'm saying? They didn't do that shit. And Face would still go platinum. You know what I'm saying? Face would still go platinum. Now I feel that like if Jay Prince did the thing like majority record labels would do, was like boom, put their artists out like them posters and shit all over shit like that. That nigga would have been something to deal with.
They made enough money in Texas.
Yeah.
But that's just the thing. But that's just the thing. You know what I'm saying?
10 million in the streets.
You don't.
Opportunity for him to be an international artist back then.
Yeah.
Maybe
now you could. Yeah.
Scarface could go to Australia and sell out a show. You know what I'm saying? But
Shit, I seen that nigga on the plane one time, man. That shit that fucked me up, man. I want to call that nigga by his real. I want to say Brad Jordan. I just kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? Because I always feel like, you know, one like Face is my favorite rapper of all time. You know what I'm saying? I've always felt like, you know, no matter who the celebrity is, I ain't speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I just want to give them that time. When they put it like this, when they pass me, I want to give them they feeling of being human, dog. You feel what I'm saying? Like, no, I don't want to give them that, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Me seeing them was enough, bro. We ain't got to say nothing like that. Unless it just happened, it does. But for the most part, I seen them. I'm going to just keep it moving, man. I'm talking about on the same
If I'm with you, Creed, I'm speaking up for everybody. I'm going to be like, hey.
Well, I know your ass is.
Hey, whatever the situation might be, I'm getting us to that doorway to find out what the fuck that situation might be.
About 20 years ago, and my uncle and his homie were walking through a mall in Austin, and they saw Zero walking through the mall with a couple of his homeboys. And my uncle's homeboy said, man, I'm finna walk up to Zero and say what's up. And my uncle said, man, don't walk to that nigga, man. Don't walk to that nigga and say what's up. And homeboy was just all fanboy, so he ran up to Zero, told Zero, like, trying to tell him what's up, and Zero just looked at that nigga like he was crazy. Yeah. And just kept walking.
I was with Johnny Manziel for a whole day.
And they always say,
like he was nobody.
Never meet your fucking, whatever
your heroes.
You'll be disappointed.
Yeah. I just like, man.
Whole day.
Even like when a nigga was chilling with Al D for the little time that we had, the friendship that we had, you know what I'm saying, before Screw passed away, like when I would be around them, nigga, I would act the same way I'm with y'all, bro. I wasn't P riding or nothing like that or D riding. Why? Because nigga, I had my own money. I had the same jewels them niggas had on. You know what I'm saying? It's just them niggas was having it going on. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas had no right. I'm from Corpus. I'm not from Houston. You know what I'm saying? But they liked the nigga because I was like that. I had some partners that had been around them for a few times that they didn't like. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga would act starstruck and shit like that, like on some extra shit. You know what I'm saying? And they be like, man, Cree, nigga don't really like him. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, bro. They'll tell nigga like Cree, nigga don't really like him, man. That nigga acting too crazy, my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I want to go back to the thing real quick with the Kendrick thing, because that makes me think too about like when I say like the pressures on Kendrick, like I'm under the assumption that Kendrick is like from like the streets of like LA. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be as easier, and it goes back to what you always said too, like we gotta retaliate, and you got the hood pressure on you saying basically you gotta retaliate. So if Kendrick is from these streets of LA, then it's almost like he has to retaliate, and that's why I feel like it was more pressure on him to do some type of retaliation or this than it was on Drake, because
goes back to what Skitz is saying. Is like you have to you got to know about it to actually speak about it.
Basically, like depending on or counting on Kendrick.
Yeah.
You can't talk about it.
I think more was expected from Drake too. Like I think it was kind of like half-assed. You know, maybe like
I think the pressure was on Dre because out of nowhere this nigga shot at y'all. So I got to go get in the lab now. I didn't plan this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing this
It
shit.
wasn't like a beat battle. You just spit bullshit and get us by and be like,
Yeah.
because now you're going against a real king.
That back to back though, if he had dropped a back to back on Kendrick, that would be insane. Like if he had saved that one, keep that one in the chamber. You're gonna need it later. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit.
Go back in
time. He shot that one
time,
at South Walker
tell
too.
us
Shit. That's why he would dress like him.
I learned the game from Will and Wesley. You could never check me.
Never.
Bro. That was just.
Our back to back was hard.
What did he say? The
hit.
Yep.
Meek Mill was singing it.
he said you
Studio, like, yo, this is a bop.
100,000 on my neck. That's disrespect or something like that. What was that one?
He said, 100,000 on my neck. This is disrespect. Yeah, I remember that. It was part of the
I don't remember what it was,
that
but
whole was hard.
yeah.
Also the clip where the two girls were interviewing Babyface, and then somebody like else walks along.
Damn.
That
That was cold. That was
And
cold.
basically just this Babyface for this.
Those girls were probably 18.
But what? That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it.
Straight
Number
up.
one, they know Babyface, but they have no clue who the fuck Babyface is. Right?
Somebody probably told them go interview that guy,
But the guy
and they just went.
But the guy that she ran off to had just won a Grammy. That and he's young. That's their era. You know what I'm saying? That's their. You know what I'm saying? So she eventually came back and apologized about it, but like somebody like what's her name was saying, she's like, man, in all honesty, man, I really don't think the girl know Babyface music or really who he is. Somebody just told him that's Babyface going to you. Yeah.
It's like they say, you see kids be like, NFL young boy is like better than Tupac.
Well, that's what that was
You're
bringing
like,
me to
what
right
the
there.
fuck?
Because I'm at Whataburger like last week. It's about 3:00 in the morning, and this two dudes, black dude and the black girl working. The black girl working the drive-thru. I guess the little black dude, he doing the cooking. So the girl just say, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" I'm like, what the hell, a girl at Whataburger finna ask me?
Are you Little Key?
He's like, hey, this youngster back here, 18, he basically saying that Playboy Cardi is more influential than Tupac. And I'm like,
Well, think about what Kai said.
That's-
Like, dead ass told me in my face, he's like, Pac ain't do nothing for us. Me and Ken too, we're like, yo, no, we were thrown off. But I had to understand that he might have not done nothing for him.
I'd ask him what is me personally. I'd wanted to know. I like, okay, I need to know what the new era doing for you. I'm just digging a question. I'm not being condescending.
He grew up on
Yeah,
Kendrick.
yeah.
He was a teenager on
Yeah.
Kendrick. So there's a thing.
That's their Pac.
That's their Pac. That's cool.
And it's
Pretty
like
much.
that shit. Like Mexican OT told what's his name doing the interview.
By
You know what I'm
Zero?
saying? Yeah, by
Yeah,
Zero.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? he our generation Tupac down here. You know what I'm saying?
Before, like Pac was our generation, who was like the Pac before the Pac of like that?
Well, like
the Rakims and like the fucking like
What's his Big Daddy Kane?
Yeah, Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, you had your Big Daddy Kanes. You had your Rakims. Like
It was less though.
it was the thing about it was like
So everybody
Pac
who
was-
was spitting was
Pac was our street king. You know what I'm saying? He came from like a real. In all honesty, Pac was the first one. If we want to talk about when we finally picked us an icon or something like that, Pac was the first one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
That's hard.
Like and idolize, and I'm talking about practically prior before death. You know what I'm saying? Like we and death only just made it that much more. You know what I'm saying? But it is Tupac because we were just all jamming people. Pac had changed the game. You know what I'm saying? For me, like before Pac came along, I was on Face. When the Ghetto Boys came out, and I was like, oh, we do it too. You feel me? I'm like, oh, we do this shit too. Nigga, fuck everybody else. I ain't worried about it. I still, I have my Rakims, the people I like my Ice-T, which is the rapper that inspired me. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ice-T was the one that made me want to pick up a mic and rap. You know what I'm saying? I had these rappers, but when I first heard Mr. Scarface is walking down the block, out jumps the fiend and steals all his rocks, pulls out his gun, then he shoots down all the fiends. Now Mr. Scarface went up the block again. All I have in this world, all I have in this world, all I have in. Nigga, we do it too.
my word.
And his was the most gangsterous of every gangster that was rapping at the time, nigga. Nigga, and his stories was, nigga, it wasn't a story fake. Look, bro,
He's
he's
the first one to use like the Scarface sample that you
yeah. Bro, like, people forget it when it comes to the storytelling shit. Bro, y'all can't forget about Scarface, man. This nigga got some of the illest stories, bro, when it comes to this music shit. Nigga, South Central, that song Street Life, that put Face out there. Nigga, because after he did that Street Life song for South Central, dog, you heard niggas in New York and California.
Talk about Scar.
Not just necessarily talking about it, but bumping the shit, but using the lingo, dog.
because even